Alright, welcome back to the Crabby, and today we're going to do another full playthrough of Stone Age, a game I recently covered, but this time we're going to switch things up a little bit and we're going to do the official solo variant. Alright, I didn't even know this existed until very recently. My buddy told me about it, and you can download this off the Hands and Goop official website, the original publishers of Stone Age. It does come in a full color printout. I just printed out in black and white, FYI, or you can just use your phone and get the rules there. Alright, so here's the board and we're pretty much ready to go in solo. There are some changes to the setup, but before we get to the setup, let's talk about the objective of what we're trying to do in a solo. Alright, because in multiplayer, you control one tribe and you're trying to score the most points against the other tribe. Alright, in a solo, you're controlling all the tribes and you don't care about points. You don't calculate points, you're just trying to get through this whole civilization deck. If you can do this, you're going to win the game. Alright, that's the winning condition. The losing condition is if the exhaustion marker, so there's a new marker that we have on the board, starts on 15. If that hits the 0 space, then we're automatically going to lose. And there's different ways for that to go down. We'll get to that as we play. All right, so those are the main objectives. How do we win and how do we lose? All right, now let's get into setup. So most of the game sets up exactly like you would the regular multiplayer game. Couple of changes. Obviously the new exhaustion marker, this doesn't exist in multiplayer. You're just going to use a player's marker here and put on 15 and that'll track that progress. Alright, you'll also have another marker on the farming track down here like you would in a multiplayer game. Alright, you'll set up your tools. You are only going to have 2 stacks of buildings available, 7 in each stack. Flip over the top one. Alright, and now there's the special setup for the civilization cards. Alright, so this is you're gonna have to do this every single round. Alright. You're going to take the first 2 cards off the deck and you're going to put them in the slots 1 and 2, and these are cards you could buy every round. Alright, so let's set up one here and one here. Now the third card you're going to flip over goes into the 4th slot, but you cannot buy this card. This is going to come into play in phase 4 when we have to pay or feed our workers. Alright, so let's just put that there. Alright, that's pretty much it for the main board. Now for your personal board, alright, sorry, I had to actually go get a board, alright, because normally you would play this and you would track all your stuff even in solo mode with this board, but I find it completely useless in solo because we're not tracking points, you're not using any cards here, you're not really stacking up any buildings, and honestly, I don't need this information, I already know by heart. Alright, so I'm not going to be playing with this board, I'm just going to put all my personal stuff down here just so I can get everything in one shot. Alright, just FYI, so I'm going to put this on the side. Alright, but in your player area, so like I mentioned, you're going to have, 2 of every single colored meeple of each tribe. All right, so that's going to be 8 meeples to start. So I already be thinking that at the end of the first round, we're going to pay 8 food, right? We're going to start with 3 of these exact buildings, the 1 through 7, any combination buildings. And that's going to be important in phase 3 again. And we're going to also put 1 of each colored tribe on the 0 space of the point track. And these are not actually points. This is to track the initiative of each tribe, because in phase 2, we're going to be activating them in initiative order. All right, the last thing I do want to mention for your own player board area is we're going to start with 20 food. But what I'm going to do is, because I hate using chits to exchange them constantly throughout this game and, you know, getting change with food and all that stuff, forget that. I'm just going to be tracking my food with the food marker on the point track. So right now I have 20 food, and that's what that marker signifies. I'll probably mention the first couple of rounds just to people who are just tuning in, but that's what that's going to signify. All right, so that's about it. So let's get started here. So we're going to play, and we'll start with round 1. All right, so the game's going to play almost the same as the regular game. It's still going to be 3 phases, all right, with some slight differences, which I'll mention as we go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is put out a colored group onto the board. All right, so you have to put out all the workers of one tribe at a time. All right, that's because we need to calculate their initiative. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use both yellow guys and I'm going to put them in the hut to try to have a baby. All right, so whenever you put out all the workers of a tribe, you're going to use as many dice as there are workers for that tribe, so 2. At the first round of the game, they're obviously all going to roll 2, and we're going to see what their initiative is. So you're going to roll this. All right, and you're going to see that it's going to calculate something. It's going to be 9. All right, so you're going to put their other marker on the point track and you're going to put on 9, and that's their initiative. All right, this is going to come into play in phase 2 when we activate them all, but the tribe with the highest won't activate this round, all right, which is really bad. All right, so that's it for yellow. All right, after that, it's going to be red. And now because yellow rolled super high, I think for red, they're going to sort of do the next two important places at the same time, all right? Because I'm pretty sure they're going to activate no matter what, because the average roll on 2d6s is a 7. So there's a very high likelihood that these two, or this total, will be less than 7, all right? So I'm going to activate red, see what red's initiative is, and it looks like it's going to be 9 as well. Okay, so I'm rolling really high this game. Hopefully I'm going to do that when I roll for my resources. All right, so that's going to be it for red. All right, next with green, what do I want to do? For green, I think I'm going to go get this card. All right, green cards are pretty useful in solo, and I'll show you why after when we activate them. So I'm going to put one worker here to get the card, and obviously I'm going to put the other worker here to get the wood, so then I can get the card. All right, so again, 2 workers. Let's roll the initiative, and the initiative is only 4. So they're going to activate no matter what this round. All right, so right now, if I don't roll above a 9, then I have to choose between red and yellow, the group that won't activate. All right, so next up is going to be blue. So what do I want to do with blue? I think I don't really need this card. Plus, I won't have the resources for it anyway, unless I roll a 6 on the other one. So what I think I'm going to do is, for blue, they're just going to go get some wood. All right, like that. All right, so let's roll their initiative. I'm actually hoping that I roll a higher than a 9 right now. It looks like it's going to be a 2. Okay, so there you go. All right, so that was phase 1. So just as a recap, phase 1, you put out all the tribe members of one color at a time. You figure out their initiative, and you just move on to the next one. All right, until all the workers are put on the board. All right, so you can't split it up like one yellow guy and then one red guy. It has to be all yellow, all red, all blue, and then all green. But the color order, you can do it any order that you like. All right, so that was phase number 1. So let's go to phase 2. All right, so phase 2, let's activate these guys in order. So first, you're going to start from the 0 and you're going to go up. All right, when you're activating a group, what I like to do is just set them back to 0, just to signify that I've already activated them or I'm currently activating them. So blue's going to go first. Let's move them to 0. And the only blue markers on the board are obviously over here, getting some wood. And then you're going to basically activate them. All right, so I'm going to pull off 2. Just like in the multiplayer game, you're going to take 2 dice and you're going to see how much wood you're going to gather. All right, so that's 7 divided by 3. All right, that's going to be 2 wood. Let's grab a couple of wood. All right, there you go. All right, then you're just going to keep going. All right, then green's going to be up next to activate. All right, so then you activate all the green guys. Now I can activate in any order that I like. I'll just go get my wood first. So 1 die. Let's see if I get at least 1. Ooh, that's lucky for me. So that's going to be 6 divided by 3. It's going to be 2 more wood. All right, so I'm at 4. That's a healthy amount of wood for the first round. And then I'm going to activate the card over here. So let's pull this guy off and get the card. All right, in a solo game, all right, because we're not calculating points, the icon at the bottom does not matter. So after you activate the card, you're actually just going to discard it. There's no point of holding on to the cards. All right, but all right, if it's a green card, you're automatically going to gain food. You're automatically going to gain food, all right, because it's a green card. So I'm going to gain 2 food, and it's always 2 food, 1, 2. All right, if it was a gray card, which is the beach, which is like this one here, you're going to gain 1 of the exhaustion points. All right, so every single card that you buy, you're either going to get one or the other. All right, you're not going to go away empty-handed. All right, then you're going to activate the card just like you would in a multiplayer game. This one, I get to roll a die and get the benefit. In a solo game, you roll 2 dice. All right, so I'm just going to get rid of this card now. Let's grab a couple of dice. Let's roll it and see what we get. Oops. And it looks like a 5 and a 3. And if I look at the 5, yeah, it's the 2. So I'm going to go here and get my first tool. Boom. All right, and that is it for green. All right, no more greens out there. All right, now I have a very interesting decision to make. Because my last 2 tribes both have 9, I get to decide which one I'm going to activate and which one is not going to activate this round. So I basically have to decide, do I want the farm and the tool, or do I just want the extra worker? I think what I'm going to do is get the farm and the tool, because I've played this a bunch and I keep losing, and maybe it's because I keep getting a ton of workers and I have to pay the extra food, and it's it's just biting me in the butt. So I'm going to try something different now and go for the other thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to forego yellow's action. I'm only going to activate red. So I'm going to move red back to 0. Here it's going to be a farm. Here's going to be another tool. And that's about it, right? Because now what's going to happen is yellow doesn't get to activate, so it comes back to my supply, and this goes back to 0. All right, so that was phase two. Recap, just activate your farm, your villagers, color in the order of their initiative track. All right, so phase three, feed your people. So just like in the multiplayer game, first thing you're gonna do is gain food according to how high you are on the farm track. So that's gonna give me another food. So I'm at 23, which is good. All right, the next thing you're gonna do is pay. So I have 8 workers in total. So 8 minus 23 is back to 15. So I'm gonna go right over here. All right, and then very special for solo is you're gonna look at the card on the fort slot. All right, this is gonna tell you how much extra food you need to pay. All right, if it's a green card, it's straight up just 4 food. By the way, let me go get the instructions. It's something I normally always forget, but in the instructions, there's a clear indication here. If it's a green card, you pay 4, and every other type of card here, you just have to pay extra food. So the one here with the workers is you have to pay, here, pay 1 additional food for each figure with the color with the most figures. Well, because I didn't gain any workers this round, it's obviously going to be 2 because they're all at 2. So I'm going to pay an extra 2 food. 1, 2. All right, and then this is going to go basically at the end of a round now that we paid our workers, the last thing you need to do is just dump all the cards, civ cards back into the discard. All right, and you're going to discard a building, all right, that you have in your possession. All right, this is important because if you can't discard a building, that's one way to lose exhaustion points. You're going to lose 3. All right, so we need to get food and build buildings as we go to fight off the exhaustion. For every building we can, we're going to lose 3. And for every food that we can't pay, we're going to lose 1. All right, and there you go. That's 1 full round. All right, so as a round reset, again, fill up the track. Oh, that's pretty lucky. Well, that's 2 of them. And go like this. So again, I'm going to have to pay for my highest grouping of a tribe. And there you go. That was the end of the first round. All right, so let's go to round 2. All right, so for round 2, let's speed things up just a little bit since you know how to play, and I went into very high detail in the first round of the game. So let's place our workers, phase 1. So first thing I'm going to do is, again, yellow. Let's go try to get those workers again. So let's see what our initiative is going to be, and it's going to be a 6. So there's a good chance that they're going to activate this round. So 6. All right, so there's a bit of pushing your luck in the solo game because you don't know which tribe is going to activate or not. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I really want these cards again because they're always pretty useful. Plus, they're going to give me extra food. All right, so I'm going to go here with him, and I'm going to go get the wood to cover that cost, I think. No, actually, I do actually have to look at what I need as a payment for more buildings going forward because after round 3, I am going to have to sort of start building buildings constantly. I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to just go here and get maybe the wood to pay for that card. All right, so that's going to be red. So let's see what red's initiative is going to be. And it looks like it's going to be 7, which is the average. All right, next up is going to be blue. And do I push my luck? What I can do is, again, put blue in both tools and farm. But then I'm really taking a chance that if I roll really high on blue, then I won't get a tool or my farm this round, which will be pretty scary. So instead, what I'm going to do, just to switch things up a bit, is let me go 1 on each. So I'm not, there's a chance that I roll high on one of these 2, so I want to get at least one of those 2 benefits. All right, so let's go. Blue is going to be farm, and let's go on clay, I guess. I'm going to need some clay eventually. Actually, you know what? Let me go get some food. No, let's go get some clay. All right, can't decide. So let's roll that initiative for blue. See what it's going to be. It looks like another 7. All right, so it's a good chance that green won't get to activate, I think, if I roll above a 7. So green's going to go on tool, and green's going to go on... let's go on... let's see, how much food am I at? 13? I'm going to have to pay, like, a lot of food. Yeah, you know what? Let me put green 1 on food. There you go. So let's roll this for green's initiative, and it looks like it's a 6. Oh boy. All right, so that's the end of phase 1, and we sort of have a choice this round that either red or blue won't activate. So I got to choose whether I want the card or I want my farm track to go up. Tough decision, but we'll get there later. All right, so now we're going to go to phase 2. Again, activate in the order that we want over here. I'm just going to go in the fastest order possible. Just going to get my extra worker here. All right, next up is going to be green. So here's going to be a tool. That's good. More tools. All right, dice mitigation. So that was this one. Then the other one is here. So I'm going to roll just one die to see how much food I'm going to gather. Let's see. And 2. So I guess that's going to be 1 food. Go to 14. And that was it. All right, so now we got to make the decision of which one I want to activate. All right, just thinking it over, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate red and not activate blue, because if I activate red and I get this card, I can roll a 6 and get the farm anyway. So I don't really need the clay desperately right now. Plus this will give me food for 1 wood. So I think that's okay. So let me activate red and not activate blue. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to activate this card. So let me roll my 2 dice. Hopefully I get a 6. And it looks like I got a 5. All right, that's unfortunate. So I'm not going to get my farm this turn. All right, but I'm going to get another tool. All right, so I'm going to switch one of my tools to be a 2. All right, by the way, I did have to pay wood for that. Let's put that back into the general supply. Remember, it's a green card, so I'm going to gain 2 food for that. 1, 2. All right, so it looks like this game I'm just going to get a ton of tools, and hopefully that'll be some good dice mitigation. All right, the last thing I'm going to activate for round 2 is over here for more wood. So that's going to be 1 die. All right, but I do get to add +4 to whatever I roll. So that's going to be an extra +1 wood no matter what. So it's going to be 4 + 4. That's going to be 8. It's only going to be 2 wood. Let's get 2 and put it in my supply. All right, so that's going to be the end of phase 2 in round 2. Again, blue did not activate. Oops, I did forget to move this down. Blue did not activate. Let's push that back down. Put that back into my supply. All right, and now let's pay for our guys. So I'm going to gain 1 food from the farm. All right, up next, I got to pay food for my guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to be 9 minus 17. So it's going to be back to 8. And this is for my... Again, the same card as last time, for my highest number of workers in a tribe, which is going to be 3 because of yellow. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And already, just like that, I'm already down to 5 food. All right. So, and I got to discard another building at the end of the round. All right, let's get rid of these cards. Let's refill up the card row. Ooh, that's a nice one. This one raises my farm plus gives me food. That's going to be a guaranteed card I'm going to try to get next round. All right, this is the same one. What are the chances? Okay, which is probably going to be another +3 card. All right, so that's going to be the end of round 2. I still haven't lost any exhaustion points, which is good. All right, so round 3. So again, I really want to get this card. So let me go here for sure. And I think I'm going to try to go for the Hail Mary here. Double farm with the green action. So 1 there and 1 there. All right, let's go figure out what green's initiative is going to be. Hopefully it's low. 6, perfect. That's really low. Let's move it onto the 6th spot here. All right, up next, I am gonna need to get some clay eventually to pay for this. So let's do that. Let's go. Blue. Blue is gonna go for clay. I think that's a good idea. Blue is gonna go up here. Let's go with, see what blue's value is gonna be. 5. All right, so that's gonna be guaranteed to activate. I think for sure it's gonna be yellow not activating this round, because remember, you roll in their initiative based on how many guys you're putting out. So yellow rolls 3 dice and red only rolls 2. All right, next up is gonna be, let's see. I got some tough choices here because I really want to get another worker, but unfortunately, if I go workers here, I got nobody else trying to get food, and that's dangerous because I'm only down to 5. I'm going to generate +2, which is going to be 3, so I'm going to be at 8, 9, 10 with this when I get it. So that's going to be 10, and I have to pay at the end of the round. Let's see, 11 plus 3, 14. So I'm down. I don't have enough. I just don't have enough. So you know what? Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play like this. All right, just to make sure that I get some food to cover that extra +4, I think. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so then with my red, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here in the hut. You know, try to get that extra. Actually, yeah, let's do that. So we'll go in the hut for red. Let's see what the initiative is. It's gonna be only 4. All right, so doesn't really matter where I put these guys because they won't be, the chances I roll less than 6 with 3 dice is not very likely. So let me just go 1, 2, 3. Let's roll 3 dice, figure out what the initiative is. Knowing my luck, it's gonna be 18. No, it's actually 9, 10, 11. All right, so we already know yellow's not gonna activate for sure. All right, so that was phase 1, placing out your workers. Now let's activate. All right, so going in order here. So red, pretty simple. It's just getting another worker. All right. Let's put that back in my possession. All right, up next is gonna be blue. All right, now I think what I'm gonna do with blue is use up my tools when I get food. Or do I roll for the clay first to make sure I get at least 1 clay? Because I do need to get +4 food at the end of this, or I'm going to lose some exhaustion points. You know what? I think getting clay is more important right now. All right, so let's get clay. So let's roll 1 die for clay, divided by 4. So 5. I can spend 3 tools to get a +1 clay. Do I need to? No, I don't think I need to, because I can build this building that only requires 1 clay, 2 wood, and 1 stone. So now, you know what? Let me just get that 1 clay. That's fine. Get this back. All right, up next, again, it's 1 die for this one over here. Let's bring that back. Oh, I did forget to move this back. So I'm gonna end up adding 4 to this, so that's like 2 free food. So hopefully it's a high number. Beautiful. 6 + 4, that's 10. That's an extra 5 food. Oh, that was really lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that was awesome. So that was blue, which is good. And then green's gonna activate. So 1 farm here. Then over here, I'm gonna use a wood to get the card, which is gonna be another farm. And then 2 food. 1, 2. Still don't think I have enough food, but anyway, we'll see. So that's just gonna go out of the game. All right, and as we already knew, yellow's not gonna activate, and let's just get their guys off the board. Boom, 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 and I'm missing a guy, which is here. All right, so that was phase 2. Let's go to phase 3. Okay, so first I'm gonna gain some food, so 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I gotta pay, so that's gonna be 6. That's gonna be 10 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's gonna go back down to 5. All right, then I'm gonna activate the card, and this is gonna make me lose 3 more because my highest total is 3 with 2 different tribes. 1, 2, 3, and move. Look at that. I'm at +2 still. All right, which is good. All right, so last thing to do is discard another building, discard the cards, and get ready for next turn. All right, so next turn, if I don't build a building next turn, I'm gonna end up losing 3 exhaustion points. All right, very important. All right. All right, this is gonna. So this one, these green ones suck. All right, like I mentioned before, these ones is +4 food every time, no matter what, and that's kind of painful at the beginning of the game. All right, so that was round 3. Let's go to round 4. Now, what I'm trying to do this round for sure is maybe get us either another clay to get this building or a stone to build this building. Either one works. It doesn't really matter which one I go for. So let's do it. All right, so for this round, I think what I'm going to do is, because I just need 1 of the 2 buildings, I think for my groups of 3, because there's a good chance that either of these are going to be the high, so they're not going to activate. So I'm going to put 1 of each of these colors on the building. So I'm going to have 1 red, 1 here, 1 yellow, 1 here, and then I'll figure out what I want to do with the rest of that group. All right. Then the other 2 that are pretty safe, I'll figure out what I want to do with them. So for red, all right, let me go here. I'm going to go 1 on clay and 1 on food. All right, let's roll their initiative. So that's, whoa, that's 16. Okay, so that pretty much guarantees that red's not gonna activate. All right, that's one of the highest you can possibly roll. All right, so that's up there with red. All right, so for yellow, now I gotta be ready, get ready to build this building. So for yellow instead, I'm gonna go here. Now for this one, I need 3 different resources. I only have 2, so I'm gonna have to go up here for stone. All right, I got a choice. Do I send 2 guys to get stone, or I just send 1? Let's see, I do get a plus a 2, 3, 4. There's a good chance I'll get it with 1 anyway, but yeah, let's do it that way. And then I'm going to send the other guy over here to get some food. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's roll the initiative there. That's wow. That's going to be 15, really high. So that's going to be right here, right below red. All right, now I gotta go figure out what the other 2 guys are gonna do. I think what I'm gonna do is let's go farm and food. I'm gonna have to raise up my food every single round here, trying to stay out of the negatives. And then I gotta get their initiative. That's gonna be just 2, so that's gonna be a whole 6. All right. Then for blue, let's see, what do I want to do with blue? All right, normally what I would do is I think I would have gotten an extra worker, but I do that in every game and I always lose. So I haven't gotten close to winning this game. So instead, what I'm going to do is I either go tool food or just straight up food, because we're going to need a ton of food this round. You know what? I'm going to go straight up food. I'm going to try to prevent that 4 from punishing me so bad. All right, so I think that's it. So let me figure out what the initiative is going to be for blue. So it's going to be a whole 7. And there you go. All right, unless maybe I should have gone for the tool instead. Let me just think about that for a second. Yeah, you know what? Let me go for the tool. Let me do that. All right, so that was my turn. Sorry, didn't change anything with the initiative. I just decided to change that. All right, so that was phase 1, the placement. Back to phase 2. So again, in order. So green's gonna go first. So here, farm. Over here, roll 1 die. Oof. I'm hoping for 6s. Something high, something high. 3. I'm gonna use a tool for sure. Tap it. It's gonna be 2 food. 1, 2. All right, not bad. That was the green character. All right, up next is going to be blue. So blue here is going to give me another tool. So obviously I'll flip over this one. Next I'm going to roll over here. So again, hopefully it's very high. Hopefully it's high. Hopefully it's high. 4. You know what? I'll use a tool again. So that's going to be 6. That's going to be 3 more food. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's good. Next, we're going to activate yellow. So yellow is going to be, so before I do this, I need to get a stone. All right, so I need to roll at least a 3 because I do have a +2 marker over here. All right, come on, over 60% here, and I roll a 3. Perfect, exactly what I needed, the lowest value. I add my +2 tool to it, make it a 5, and I get my 1 stone. So return this back. Where's my stone? Here you go. There you go. All right, after that, we're gonna build this building here. So 3 different resources, 4 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's turn all of that in, which is great. All right, and lastly, I just get a consolation roll over here. Let's see what it is. Oh, lucky me again. That's awesome. So 3 more food. 1, 2, 3. Finally, maybe my luck is changing. I mean, it is Stone Age. There's a lot of luck because you're doing a lot of dice rolling, and maybe that's why I've been losing a lot. All right, so that's going to be it for yellow. All right, and as we know, red doesn't get an activation, so let's return these guys back. Boom, boom, boom. Before we do that, let's pay for our food. So I'm gonna have 4 food extra. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm gonna have to pay again 10, so up to 4. Oh, and look at that, I'm at 4, and I have to pay an extra 4 for this. I'm gonna be at exactly 0 food. That's not good. All right, let's get rid of this. All right, the last thing you do is you pay for a building. Let's pay for that building. Let's untap everything. Let's refill the card row. Well, that's not bad, an extra tool. This is again for your tools. Oh, man, I just realized how painful this is. This is gonna be your total of tools. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An extra 5 food. If I get this, an extra 6 food. If I get another food, an extra 7 food. Not gonna happen. All right, I do get to flip this over as well. All right, well, let's go. So how many rounds have I done so far? So 3 cards. It's 1 round, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so this is gonna be the 5th round of the game. Okay, so what do I do? Man, this hurts. So I'm gonna need to pay, let's see, I'm gonna need 10 food for my workers, -4, so 6, plus the 5 here. I'm gonna need 11 food at the end of this round. That's a lot of food. I sent all my guys into the hunting grounds to try to get food, but I do need to get other resources to try to build stuff, right? So let's start off with green. I do for sure want to get this card, and I do for sure want to get this, even though that's going to cause me to get an extra food, but the card will give me 2 food just to start, so that's good. All right, so that's a good start. Plus, I'm sure green and blue, they'll probably activate their initiative, will probably be low, so let's do it. So that's going to be 7 for green, right there. All right. So up next, blue, blue, blue. Now, blue, do I go for an extra worker? No, it's going to be more food. More food. What I'm tempted to do is put these 2 on the extra worker and then send all other 6 guys into the hunting ground. Just try to get some food, because there's no way that I'm going to able to cover my butt with all this food that I'm going to have to pay. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is try to manage a lean tribe. So I'm not gonna have a lot of tribe members in total, but I'll try to raise up that farm so I don't have to gather that much food later on in the game. So let's go tool and hunting grounds here with blue, just so I can get more tools. It's gonna be 7. So both of them at 7. And you know what? You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send all 6 of these guys over here. So I'm gonna roll them separately here. 3 and 3. And I'm gonna lose the 3 exhaustion points for sure by not having a building, but I think I have no choice because I do need the food desperately this round. So that's gonna be for the, let's say I was red first, so it's gonna be 10 for red, and then I'm gonna roll again for yellow, and that's gonna be 11 for yellow. Didn't really matter which one was gonna activate. I'm gonna get 3 rolls there each. All right, so that's the end of phase 1. All right, just as a reminder, I am at 0 food. Okay, so let's activate these. So then I get to activate them in any order that I like. I think what I'm going to do is activate green first. Oops, he goes back to 0. So let's go up the farm track here. And then here, turn in a wood for the card. That's going to give me 2 food. I'm at 2. And an extra tool. So this is going to go to 2. Let's get rid of this. All right, next, let's activate blue. Blue is going to be another tool, so I'm going to exchange my 2 into a 3. Get rid of this from the game. You know what? I'll just leave it right over here. That's fine. So that's him. And then here, I'm going to roll 1 die for food. All right, so let's see what it is. It's going to be 4. I think that's fine. So it's going to be 2 food there. 1, 2. All right, then, oops. Then I'm going to activate red. So it's going to be 3 dice on the food. 1, 2, 3. And I get to add 7 to that roll. All right, so it's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 7 is, so I'm going to 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's going to be 9 more food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think that's going to be enough anyway, but that's more, it's better than what I thought I was going to get. All right, then yellow doesn't get to activate. And move it down. All right, so that's the end of phase 2. Phase 3 is pay for our stuff. So I'm going to get 5 food. Oh, my farm's actually quite high. That probably does have enough to pay for everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18. All right, that's good. That's good. Then pay for my guys. I always have 10 workers, so it's going to be 10. So back to 8. And this is awesome. Now I pay for this, which is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom, 8. I'm at 1 food. That's awesome. Right, this is probably the farthest I've been without losing some exhaustion points. Although I am going to lose some exhaustion points. All right, now I have to discard a building. All right, I got no building to discard, so I'm going to lose 3. 1, 2, 3. It's always 3. If you don't have, 3. All right, end of the round. Untap everything. Fill up 3 more cards. 2. Hopefully it's nothing too punishing. Hopefully it's not tools. Oh, it's +4. All right, you know what? +4. Oh, although I love this card, because if you buy this card for 1 resource, you're getting the 7 plus the 2. So it'd be 9 food in total, which is awesome. But right now it's going to cost me an extra 4. All right, so that's going to be the end of the current round. So now I'm going to have to think about trying to get these resources to get the buildings for sure. Okay, so I'm going to do something similar that I did last time. Let me separate my guys to see if I can get the resources here to pay for some of these buildings. First things first, let me do red. I'm going to put red over here. I'm going to put their last 2 guys on the clay spot. All right, try to get the clay to then build over here. All right, so that's going to be 3 dice. That's going to be 10. All right, so there you go. That's 10. All right, so up next, what I think I'm going to do is, let's see, I really want this card as well because that can give me another farm with a farm. I mean, I can go crazy and do this again to try to get a double farm this round. Yeah, that would be awesome. If I can get to 7, then I'm only paying 3 net food every round, which would be amazing. So let's do that. I'm going to be a little greedy here. I'm going to go here and here. All right, let's see what I get. So it's going to be 8 for blue. All right. Now I just thought of something. I do still need the wood because I just realized something. If I use the wood here for this card, there's a good chance I don't have the wood to then build the building when it comes down to getting buildings. So for this green one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wood and food. Yeah, let's do that. Wood and food. So it's going to be 2. So let's roll it. Oh, yeah. So that's going to be 7 initiative. So they're going to activate first for sure, which is not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. And finally is going to be yellow, who's probably not going to get to activate, but we don't know that just yet. So they're going to go on, let's see, maybe get some wood ready for this next time. So let's go on 2. No, let's go on tools. No, forget the tools. I think I have enough tools. So let's go 2 on wood and 1 on food. Let's try that. So initiative is going to be 15. Oh, there you go. So yellow's not going to do anything. All right, so let's just lay them down. So you know what? Let's just remove their guys from the board. All right, since we already know. All right, so let's activate this in order. So that was phase 1, placing your guys. Now phase 2, activating. So green's going to go first. So green, I have wood and I have hunting ground. So let's go after that wood first. I do need at least 1 wood. All right, so let's see what it is. It's going to be 3. I think I'm good with that. It's just going to be straight up 1 wood. Boom. And after that, I'm going to pull off here, which is 1 die roll here. See what I get. So it's 5. I'm going to add +3 to that to make it 8. So that's going to be 4 food. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm okay with that. All right, so it's green. Now blue's going to go. So blue's going to be a farm here. And here, I'm going to lose 1 wood to then gain a, remember, because it's a sandy yellow background, it's going to give me an exhaustion point back. So 1 of the 3 that I lost last round. All right, and I get to do the double roll. All right, let's see what we're going to get. Hopefully there's a 6 in there. There you go. There's a 6. That's going to be an extra farm that I'm going to get. Boom. Remember, you look at the chart over here. So farm, tool, work your way down. So that was that card. Then lastly, it's going to be red. All right, so red, let's roll 2 dice for clay. So this is divided by 4. So it's going to be 5. I'm going to use up both my tools. So it's going to be 9 divided by 4. It's going to be 2 clay, which is exactly what I needed for that building on the nose. Then I'm going to pay for this building for everything. All right, to put in my supply. And there you go. I've activated everyone. Yellow, as we already knew, does nothing. I don't think I have enough food, but we'll see. Okay, we'll see. All right, so that's going to be the end. So phase 3 is pay for a guy. So I generate a hefty 7 food every round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, which is good. Then I got to pay for my guy. So that's going to be 10 again. So it's going to be 12. Ooh, minus 10 is going to be down to 2. Uh-oh. Now what's going to happen is I have to pay the extra food for this. Now I'm not going to have enough. All right, so this is gonna be 4, but I have 2. So the difference you have to pay in exhaustion points. So it's gonna go 1, 2. So I'm at 0, and then I'm gonna lose 2 on the track up here, and that pays for this card. All right, so let's get rid of this. Obviously flip over a building. Whoops, there you go. Untap my stuff, flip over this. Let's fill up the card row. 1, 2, 3. So at the end of this one, I have to pay again an extra +4. I think I'm gonna for sure go for this one, because remember, this one does generate 3 + 2. It's an extra 5 food just by getting this card. So let's get ready for the next round. All right, so this is gonna be round 7, I believe. So what you can do is you actually can count by 3. Remember the cards that were already done. So round 7 out of, I believe there's 13 rounds in total in the game. All right, so a little bit past halfway. All right, so for this one, I think what I'm gonna do to start is I need a lot of wood because I wanna pay for this building eventually. So I'm gonna put a whole group of yellow out on wood over here and see if I can get all that wood. All right, so let's see what yellow's initiative is gonna be. Looks like it's gonna be, oh, pretty low actually. It's gonna be just 8. All right, so there's a good chance that I'm gonna have the wood needed to build this building. But the problem is if I go with one of my lower 2 groups to try to get the building, if they roll below an 8, I won't have that wood ready for that time, all right, which kind of sucks. Oh man. I think what I need to do is, go blue is gonna go on the farm again and on food. Does that make sense? I'm not gonna have enough food this round. I just realized it. I need to generate a lot of food. Let's see, this is gonna be, I'm gonna be at 8. I have to pay 2 food. 2 food plus the 4 in difference, 6. So I need 6 food at the end of this round. All right, how do I get 6 food? I mean, this can give me 5. All right, we'll have enough. This is gonna give me straight up 5. All right, so yeah, that works out. So you know what, for blue, I'm just gonna go like this to get some wood. All right, let's do that. So that's gonna be 7 for blue. All right, then for green, let's go on the card and let's go on. Actually, I didn't think that through. This should have actually gone like this. Sorry about that, little change. For green, I'm gonna go like this to get the wood to pay for that. So let's go for 2 dice again. So that's gonna be 7 again here. And let's just roll for red. So what does red want to do? There's a good chance I won't be able to activate them anyway because I'm going to roll above an 8 for sure. So let's just dump them. 2 in wood, 1 in food. Let's see what happens. I laugh if I roll a 3. What's going to happen? Oh, I rolled an 8. That's incredible. All right, an 8. All right, so I'm actually gonna get to decide what I want to do. Do I want 3 rolls of the wood, or do I want 2 rolls of the wood and 1 roll of the food? And that'll be good because I actually get to see how much food I'm gonna generate from the blue before I make that decision, which is awesome. All right, so that was phase 1. Phase 2 will activate an order. So I'm gonna do blue first. Pretty simple, just to raise up my farm. So let's do blue. Take this back, go up the track. Then I'm gonna roll here 1 die for food. See what it's going to be. Depending on this number is going to really tell me what I'm going to end up picking between yellow and red. So let's roll 5. Okay, that's really good. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 3 to change that into an 8 and generate 4 food. Yeah, definitely going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Next is going to be the green activation. So let's use 1 die here for the wood. Now I need to generate at least 1 wood no matter what. So 2, that sucks. I'm going to have to use this to make it a 4 to generate my 1 wood. All right, but then I'm going to use the wood for this card. I remember this card now. It's going to give me 3 food. 1, 2, 3 plus, it's a green card, an extra 2. 1, 2, I'm at 9. Toss this into the discard. All right, and now I get to decide what I want to do. Because I'm going to be okay for food, I don't think I'm going to activate red. So let's just get rid of red, and I'm going to activate yellow. So yellow is going to roll 3 dice for wood. And let's see how much wood we're going to generate. 3 dice, come on, high. And we're going to get 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see, 13, 14 doesn't really make a difference. So that's still going to be divided by 3. It's going to be 4 wood. Yeah, 4 wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be perfectly the amount that I need for this next turn. All right, let's do that. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. All right, and I think we're good. All right, so that was phase 2. Phase 3, let's generate some food here. 8. So 8 plus 9, 17. All right, let's pay. Again, 10 workers. So I'm going to go down to 7. Plus this card, which is an extra 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. So that takes care of the food business. Right now, again, I can't pay for that building, which is a bit painful. 1, 2, 3. All right, I can only do that an extra 3 times, or I'm going to lose. All right, but next round for sure, I think I'll be okay with the buildings. Let's untap, get ready for the next round. 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. So this is per flipped over building. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 next turn. So it's going to be plus 5. All right, similar to getting that plus 4. All right, plus 1. Okay, so that's it for that round. Let's go to the next one. All right, so there's only, let's see how many rounds left. I'm not gonna lie, this is the farthest I've ever been without dying. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is gonna be 5 rounds left, counting this round. All right, so I want to build this for sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use one of my smaller groups to put a worker here. It's sort of guaranteed to activate because remember, you're rolling only 2 dice for the initiative. So for green, I'm gonna put 1 here, and I'm gonna put 1 on the farm. All right, very important turn for green. I really want to roll low. So let's see what green gives me, and it's only 6, which is good. All right, so they're going to activate for sure. Give me a farm point, give me that building, so that's good. All right, what's up next? I actually don't remember what this does. This is straight up points. So if you buy this, it doesn't do anything. I think it's a card that does absolutely nothing and just gives you 2 food, which is pretty horrible. This is probably the worst card in the game right now. So anyway, that's going to be my 4 food that I'm sending over to green over here. So I won't have any resources over here anyway. So let me get ready to build this one in a future turn. So I think with the red, let's go after some clay. So 2 on clay and maybe 1 on food. Does that make sense? Let's try that. This red's initiative is going to be 12. Ooh, that's kind of high. It's kind of high, I'm not going to lie. And then I'm going to send yellow. And yellow is going to do... You know what I'm going to do with yellow? I'm going to go get a tool. And I'm going to send the other 2 to get wood. Right, because I just realized I'm not going to have any wood left. Actually, this would have been smarter if I put it here. The clay didn't really make a difference. I need wood anyway. So let's roll 3 dice for yellow. So that's going to be 8 only. It's going to be right over here. And finally, what do I do with blue? Do I finally bite the bullet and go get another worker this round? Let's see. Starting from this round, I'm going to be at 9 with this farm. I have 10 workers. It's only be 1 plus whatever this card is. That's amazing. So it's going to be, I'm going to need, how much food is that? I'm going to need, let's see, 5 plus 1. I'm only going to need 6 food at the end of this round. I'm already at 3. I just need to generate 3 food. But I have 2 workers. If I generate 3 food, then I do need to activate. Oh, red's probably not going to activate this round. Oh no, so I sort of have to send at least one of these guys there, and because I have to send one of those guys there, this guy cannot make a baby with only 1 guy or girl. So the thing I want to do is send them both to get food. Probably. Oh, you know what? Let's go try to get more wood. Let's just do that. Try to get a ton of wood this round. All right. Or do I go get clay? No, that's fine. Wood is fine. All right, so I'm gonna grab this. I'm actually hoping that I roll a 12, double 6, because then I tie with red, and I'd rather activate red. See what happens? Oh, 10. Very close from that happening. All right. Okay, so that's that. So it's phase 1. Now let's go initiative order, phase 2, greens first. This is going to be a farm. This is going to be the building. It's going to cost me all 4 of my wood. All right, so 4 resources of only one type. Pretty simple. After that, it's going to be yellow. So yellow is going to get me another tool. So I'm going to flip over a 2 into a 3. That's 1. After that, I'm going to roll for the wood over here. So that's going to be 2 dice. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's great. It says to me 11. Let's see, what can I do? I need to get it to 15. But I do need at least 3 food this round. Do I take a chance? I think I'm going to add plus, let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, I'm going to have to use 5 to get that extra wood, an extra 2 wood. Yeah, let's do it. Take a chance. I'm going to spend the 5 plus 11, 16 divided by 3 is going to be 5 wood. 1, 2, 3. So I'm good with wood for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And plus this one's going to need at least 3 wood plus 2 of any other resource, which is fine. All right, so I'm taking a chance there. Hopefully I'm going to roll something good with this die right over here. All right, so that was yellow. So blue is up next. I think I'm just going to roll for this one first. Actually, no, I should roll for the food first to see if I need to use the tool there. All right, so 1 die for blue. That's awesome. So that's going to be 6 plus, you know what? I'm going to pay for this as well. So 6 plus 3 is 9. It's going to be 4 more food. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been getting super lucky. Every time I send only 1 guy to the hunting ground, they roll a 6 every time. That's awesome. By the way, this is blue activating. Then I get to get some wood here. Again, 1 die. Watch me roll a 6 again. This is only a 2. And you know what? That's going to be 0 wood. So I cannot divide that by 3. And I can't use my tools. All right, so that's done. And red doesn't activate. All right, so that's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. All right, so let's pay for stuff. So I'm going to generate 9 food. So plus 7 is 16. Minus 10. Back to 6. Pay for the buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to 1. That was for that payment. So all this is going to go away. So I'm only at, actually I should be at 1 food. So with that, I was at 6. Minus 5 is 1. Let's get rid of that. Untap. Flip this over. Now I got to pay for that building, so my reputation, my exhaustion doesn't go down. Okay, and let's get ready for the next round. So 4 rounds left. I'm almost there. Oh, this is pretty pitiful. 1 for 1. Oh, this is great. I'm going to go get this for sure. So it's going to cost me 2 wood, but it's going to give me 5, 6, 7, 8 food, which is awesome. And this one's going to be, oh, per hut that I flipped over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, it's going to be quite a bit. All right, so that's the start of the next round. All right, so just like I did last round, the most 2 important things for me right now is the farm and the food here. That'll pretty much take care of my food needs for the round. So I'm going to send a group of 2, 1 here, 1 here. I have already the wood for this, so I'm hoping to roll super low. I'm going to get my farm to 10. That'll pay for all my workers for the rest of the game, which is awesome. It's going to be 2. Hopefully I roll low. Looks like it's a 5, so that's fine for blue. All right, now I got to take a moment to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my guys. All right, so for my other small, you know what? No, instead of the small group, let me put on my big group. I think I'm going to go for some clay. I need clay for this and clay for this. I don't know if I'll be able to build the building this round, but you know what? If it goes down by 3, I just need to get the stuff ready for next round. So maybe if I get a ton of resources, I can build 2 buildings next round, which will be great. So let me go 2 on the clay. Actually, you know what? I can do 3 on clay. Would it be worth it to get all that clay? Probably not, actually. What do I do with my last guy? I mean, I can turn 1 wood into 3 food. Not great. You know what? I'm going to get a tool. All right, so this is going to be yellow. So 3 dice on yellow. So that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, I don't know if they can activate. So for red, I sort of have no choice. I do need to get that clay. So I'm going to send 2 there. And the last one, I'm going to go get the gold. Let's see if I can get that gold. All right, to either go here or here. This one is pretty much the same as this one. Well, except I can use stone here. But if I use the gold, I can use it here or here. So whatever. So that's going to be red now. 3 dice. Let's see what happens. That's a 13. They're not going to activate for sure because it's impossible that a green rolls above a 13. So I'm not going to be able to get that. All right, so that's fine. So what should I do with the green? I think, do I go get another kid? Do I go get another baby? So let me just calculate my food needs again. I have 10 right now, so 10 minus 10. So I'm just going to be looking at this card, and this card says I need to pay 6, and I'm going to be at 8, 9 minus 6. I have enough food. So with these two, let's see, I have enough for clay there. I think I'm going to go for stone or wood. Let's go for some stone. Or do I go for some gold to get at least 1 gold? Yeah, let's try to get at least 1 gold no matter what. Let's try this. All right, so there you go. So let's roll the initiative there. So it's going to be 9 for green. Yeah, that's it. So phase 1's done. Let's activate the stuff. So blue's first. So farm. So there you go. So now I never have to come here again because I'm at the max farm value. Right, so that's that. Next, let's pay for this card. So it's going to be 2 wood to pay for this. And this is going to give me 5, 6, 7 food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get rid of the card. Let's get rid of this. Up next is going to be green. Green, let's roll 2 dice to try to get 1 gold. Hopefully I can get at least 1. Ooh! That's 6, 7, 8, 9. If I spend a 3, I can get 2 to make it a 12. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to spend 3. It's going to be a 12. 12 divided by 6 is 2 gold. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. So that was green. Okay. Up next is going to be, yeah, actually, let me get rid of the red stuff. All right, so up next is going to be yellow. So yellow is going to get me another tool here. All right, so let's turn this back. So I got a bunch of tools. And let's roll a couple of dice. So I get to add +6 to whatever roll this is. So it's going to be 2 guys that I had there divided by 4. So 7 plus 6 is 13. Divided by 4 is going to be 3. So I'm going to get 3 clay. 1, 2, 3. It's not bad. And so I have plenty of resources. I can actually build both of these buildings next round. All right, so that's it for the round. All right, let's pay for my stuff. So I'm going to generate 10 food. So I'm at 8. So I'm going to go to 18. All right, let's see, did I get any worker this round? No, I'm still at 10, so I'll go down to 8. Next, pay for this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go down to 2. Boom. Which is awesome. That's it. So I paid for that. Now I'm going to lose my exhaustion because I don't have a building to pay. So 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I can do that 1 more time or I'm going to die. Okay, so that's that. That's it. Let's fill up the card. Am I forgetting anything? No. So the end of the round. Let's fill up this card row. Another card with the points. So pointless. And this is going to be +4. All right, so right now I'm generating 10 for 10. So I just have to look at this. So at the end of the round, I have to pay 4 food. I'm already at 2. So I just need to generate 2 food this round. All right, so this is it. All right, so let's get to it here. First things first, I think what I'm going to do is go for these buildings. Now, it's very important for me to get them. So what I'm going to do is let me use a small group to at least be guaranteed to build this one. So I'm going to go 1 on here. What do I do with the other one? Do I go here? Roll 2 dice. Maybe I can get some gold and resources. I don't really want to use the 6 either. So if I roll a double 6, I kind of screwed myself. But anything else will be kind of useful. Like I can get a free gold if I wanted. So yeah, let's go over here. All right, plus I'm going to gain another jump on the exhaustion track. So if I can actually jump it twice, then I actually don't have to build 2 buildings going down the line, which is good. All right, so that's a pretty good idea. Actually, if I can build this one as well, then I jump up twice, dun, boom, then I don't have to worry about buildings for 2 more rounds. Maybe I'll do that next turn. All right, so let's figure out the initiative for green. Let's roll that. It's going to be 6 over here. Oops, I forgot to untap my tools. All right, so up next is going to be blue. Let's see, do I have enough? Let's see, this is going to be for this building here on the right. Now, 5 resources, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually have enough to get the other building as well. So do I do that now with these guys? Would I get more resources to pay for next round? No, you know what I'm going to do? Because I don't want to waste my good resources when I could use wood instead. So what I'm going to do is with the blue, let me go on the food and wood. No, you know what? Let me go both on the wood. Yeah, let's do that. Make sure to get some wood for the following rounds. So that's going to be 8 for blue. And now for yellow, I'm going to go here, here, and here. Let's do that for yellow. So that's going to be 10. Oh boy. So yellow probably won't activate. And then red. It's not much for red to do. I'm going to go on, let's go 1 clay, 1, actually let's go a couple of food. Yeah, let's go a couple of food. I'm going to need some food the next few rounds, I think. So let's do that. Actually, I'm not generating enough reasons. No, it's fine. So let's do that. So it's going to be, ooh, actually they're not going to activate. So it's going to be 12, 17. Boom. 17. So let's just lay down their workers because they're not going to do anything. So that's phase 1. Phase 2, let's go to it. Green's going to activate first. Let's build this for 3 resources. 1, 2, 3. That was this worker here. Next, let's get this card. So let's use 1 wood to gain this. This is going to give me an exhaustion point. Roll 2 dice to figure out what I'm going to get. 2 dice, so it's 6 or 3. I guess I'll take the 3 because I don't need the farm point. 3 is a stone. That's kind of scary if I roll 2 6s. So that's it for green. Blue is up next. Let's roll 2 dice for wood. All right, so that's going to be 10. All right, so 10, 10, 10. See, if I add 3, it's 13. That's fine. So 13 divided by 3 is going to be 4 more wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. All right, and lastly is going to be, I'll get rid of these guys. Lastly is going to be yellow. Let's get this, flip over this into a 4. And then bring over 1 here. Oh, actually, I can build this building as well. So let's actually do the food first. So that's going to be 1 die. I'm going to add +7 to it, whatever I roll. Oops. So it'll be 5 + 7. That's going to be, let's see, what is that? 12. So that's 6 food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next, I'm going to build this building. So it's 5 different resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3 different types to build this. Oh, this is going swimmingly well. I think I'm actually going to win this. All right, maybe I hopefully, knock on wood, didn't jinx myself. Okay, so that's going to be the end of phase 2. That was yellow. Red didn't activate. So let's pay for our stuff. I'm going to gain 10 food, 18. I got to pay for my crew, which is 10. 10 for 10 every single time. Back to 8. This card's an extra +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to 4 food. And that's it. Let's get rid of this. Flip over 3 cards. 1. That's a farm. That's so useless. I'm already at 10. This is pay for your... Oh, that's a good one for me again, because my max crew is only 3. I got to get rid of a building. Flip that over. Untap my stuff. Untap the buildings, or show the new buildings. Let's see, how many rounds are left? 2 rounds left. If I can survive this round and the next one, which is pretty much guaranteed actually. I've auto won this because this round I discard this one. I just have to build one more building, which I could do it already right now. Actually, I just need a stone, I think. Yeah, a stone to build that one for next turn. Even if I don't build, I'll have enough. So let's just go through this as quick as possible because I've already won this game. Spoilers. So let's do 2 blue here on stone. Let's figure out what the initiative is here. So 7. Let's go 3 yellow. We're gonna go. Actually, I get a ton of food here. You know, I actually like this spot. I'm gonna go here, here, and here to pay for that card. So that's gonna be 3 for yellow. So that's gonna be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. After that, we're gonna go red. So we're gonna go here, here, here. So 3 more for red. Initiative is going to be 14. Well, that's it for them. I think they're done. And then green is going to go food and do I go tool? Yeah, let's go tool. Let's try to get the max tool at the end of this one. Yeah, let's do that. So 2 for green is going to be 6. 6. Okay, let's activate. So green's first. So here, tool. Let's flip this over to a 4. Then right over here, roll 1 die. Get some food. So it'd be 3 plus, let's say 3. So that's gonna be 6. That's gonna be 3 food. Yeah, let's pay for 3 food. 1, 2, 3. I'm at 7. Now, if I needed the extra food, I would use these, but I don't really think I need them. Yeah, you know what? Actually, let me generate an extra 2 food. So plus 4. So that's gonna be 2 more. 1, 2. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I was green. Blue's up next. Straight up 2 dice here for stone divided by 5. Oof, 4. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So I'm gonna use this. So it's 5 plus 4 is 9. I still generate only 1 stone. That is horrible. Okay, well, that's fine. That's how I roll sometimes. That was pretty bad. All right, so next is gonna be yellow. Yellow's gonna roll. Actually, let me get rid of these 2 here for the wood. So that's gonna be 6. So that's gonna generate 2 more wood, which I'm just gonna end up tossing right now because I'm gonna use it over here. To activate this card. Oops. This is going to be 4 food. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 exhaustion point because it's the sand color, and that's it for this card. And red did not get to activate because they rolled too high. Alright, so that's going to be the end of the round. Oh, let's figure out what we're doing. So plus 10. No, plus 10 minus 10 because I have 10 guys in my crew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's pretty good. So I think I figured out how to win the solo. Keep it down to 10 guys and get your farm to 10. So gain 10, lose 10. Look at this card. It's going to be plus 3 food. 1, 2, 3 that I have to pay. All right, so that's going to be the end of this. I got to pay a building, which is going to be this one here. Let's get rid of this. Untap my stuff. Get ready for the next round. Is just going to be elementary at this point. Pay for my tools. Oh no, I got to pay at a plus 11 food. That's funny. Okay. That's it. I brought back all my guys. So what do I have to do this round? I already have 10 food. I just need 1 more food to cover up this. So that'll be easy to do. So let's just do this. I do need to get at least 1 building. So blue's going to go first. Let me go here. I already have enough for that. So there and there, I guess. So actually they need at least 1 food. Let's just go there. So that was a 10. Oh my god, that's pretty bad. Okay, that means I gotta go on this spot as well then with my other low numbers to make sure I build at least 1 building. So let's go here, here, and here. So let's see what I get with red. 8. All right, so red's gonna activate for sure. So I'm gonna be able to build that. With 2 different types of resources, so I'm going to be fine there. And then for the rest, it doesn't really matter that much. Let's go here And the food, actually I need the, yeah, that's fine. So it's be 2 dice for green, so that's gonna be only 3. And then finally for yellow, let's just go crazy and go food. It doesn't really matter at this point. I've already won, so let's just roll 3 dice for yellow. That's going to be 13, and they won't even get to activate. All right, so final activation. That was phase 1. Phase 2, green's going to go first. So green, let's use 1 wood for this. It's going to be 3 food. 1, 2, 3, and 1 exhaustion point. Let's get rid of that. Next, roll 1 die for the food. 1. Fine, I'll use my +3. That's 4. That's at least 2 more food. 1, 2. Don't really need it, but that's fine. Next, gonna be red. Roll 2 dice for wood. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? 2? Let's see, I need at least it has to be only 2 kinds of resources. I need at least 3 wood. So I'm gonna have to use all 8. Alright, 8 plus 2 is 10. That's gonna be 3 wood divided by 3. 2, 3. That was pitiful. Then I'm gonna activate this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this building here. And the rest doesn't really matter. Then blue's gonna activate. I actually don't even have the resources for this. I actually forgot that I didn't actually need it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So they're gonna do nothing here. 1 die for the food. 6. That'll be divided by 3. 3 more food. 1, 2, 3. And yellow doesn't do anything. Boom. Perfect. Let's go to the final phase 3 of the game. Gain 10. 28 food, pay for my workers. I got, oops, these guys are in the wrong stack. I got 10 workers like usual, back to 18. I gotta pay for this. That's gonna be 11 food. 11 minus 18 is back down to 7 food. I gotta pay a building, pay the building, and that's it. I actually won. I've never made it even to halfway through the game. All right, so these cards go away, and when you can't refill because the card draw is completely dried up, that's going to be the end of the game. So that's how you play the solo game. I mean, it is Stone Age. You do need to get very lucky on the dice rolls. I think if you roll like snake eyes early on in the game for one very important roll, it's basically going to screw your whole game over, and it'll have repercussions as you go through. But I think one minor strategy that might help is keep your crew kind of small and lean, get to 10, so that when you get to 10 here on the farm, it pays for itself. All right, so that's it. Let me know what you thought. Write the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one later.